Hello, everybody. Welcome to Flawless Rage 2 and welcome to the House Flipper Halloween Special live. So tonight we're going to be doing one house, a small house, so we can get it all done in one stream. And we're going to be getting on with it. So join me along this hell ride and let's get into this. I bought a house and I've prepped it just a little bit. Ready for tonight's stream so we can get straight on with it. So we'll get into it and get going. What an awesome night we have ahead of us tonight. So yes, this is your Halloween special House Flipper. I usually do sort of like a GTA one. However, there may still be something GTA on the cards. You heard it here first. All depends if I remember. But in any event, we're going to get into this, get it done tonight, and have some fun. Bloody hell. Right. So let's do this thing. So the house I brought for it is the abandoned house. Well, what else? What other sort of house could you have? In the chat, Tea Party's in. He says, "Hi, dude. Hello, mate. Welcome to the stream. How are you?" And also, Hurricane Bob is in. Says, "Boo." Welcome to the stream, Hurricane. Okay, so this is the house we're going to be doing tonight. Like I said, I have prepped it a little bit, but that's so we can get it all done in one stream. We already have a like. Thank you for that. Tea Party says, "How are you?" I'm very good, dude. How are you? Right. Okay, so here we are. The tiniest house. Right, so we're going to get straight into it. And what we're going to do is do the bedroom first. And this room's going to be kind of like a fiendish room. So, without any further ado, we're going to get the floor laid. Now, it's going to have two colours. Okay, this predominantly is like a red and black vibe I'm going for on this one. So this one says it's red. Let's hope it is. Let's turn it a little bit more red if we can. And what we're going to do is we're going to do half of the room in like a red carpet. And the other half is going to be black. Okay, there we go. Black fitted carpet. We'll go with that. Or should we go with that one? Because it's kind of like the same texture-ish kind of dealio for it, isn't it? Okay, so we've started. The walls are going to be the same. Hurricane says you should do the 4 red and a black in the center. Yeah, that could work. Okay, so we need some red and black paint here. No, what red do we use? I kind of want to use this one, but I feel it may be too dark. We'll give it a go. We'll give it a go. Why not? So every other part of this is going to be red. You'll see what I mean. We're not going for the big wall tonight. We're going to be doing it like this. A little unorthodox, you might think, but trust me, go with it. Not entirely sure how that could work. We might have to do the window frames black. We'll carry on what we're doing. So, how is everybody out there today? I hope you've had a good day. Who's ready for Halloween? Hurricane says, FYI, I finally got killed by that haunted car in GTA Online after 2 years. Haunted car? What haunted car? I didn't know there was a haunted car. We need the information, Hurricane. All will become apparent what I'm doing very soon. So that's black, and then the red's going to be in the corner. So yeah, I hope everybody's right there's ready for Halloween. Me? I mean, I don't really celebrate it. I don't give sweets out to kids. It's supposed to be a mimic Christine, but the car burst into flames before it gets to you. All right, okay. Sounds good. I've never heard of it, but pretty cool. Oh, need more paint. We got quite far around that time. Don't forget tomorrow night, guys, it's your Halloween WWP Wrestling free per-view called Hellfire. That coming the usual time tomorrow night. Yeah, like I said, I don't really celebrate Halloween. I don't give sweets out to kids. I see it as like, you know, it's not my job to buy kids sweets, you know. My own kids, yeah, but not sort of like everyone else's kids. I just don't think it's right that you should have to, that some, you know, little snot-nosed brat will, you know, knock on your door and expect you to give them sweets or something, you know. It's a form of begging, I think. This entire window still, I think I'm going to do all of that black. We'll do that at the end, I think. Let's get the walls done first. I genuinely do think that. I think it's a form of begging. Don't get me wrong. I'm the paranormal guy, right? I love the paranormal world. I do believe in it. Yeah, I agree with that, Hurricane. Yeah, you know, it's you know, I do believe in it. I know, and I might sound like a whack job to the skeptics out there who don't believe in it, and that's absolutely fine. Obviously everybody has the right to their own opinion, kind of thing. But I know that we're talking creepy stuff. I know that ghosts do exist. I've had paranormal experiences, but I love the paranormal. I have literally sat there today watching. I must have done about 3 hours worth of paranormal shows today. Absolutely loved it. Okay. So this room's taking place. T says I'm keeping quiet this time, lol, out of this conversation. Okay. Hurricane says I watch things like Hauntings and Haunted Hospitals. Oh, nice one. I watch pretty much everything on Discovery Plus. There is your standard stuff on there, like Ghost Adventures and stuff like that, which I tend to find a bit lame. Strictly because there is no conclusion at the end. The program just ends. You know, there's no conclusion whatsoever. And so I find that to be a little bit, lame. You know, and there's always the sort of like the same stuff kind of happens every single episode. I mean, there's one tomorrow. I mean, my wife loves Ghost Adventures, but there's one tomorrow. I'll probably end up watching it with her, but I can't say that one I'm looking forward to. There's another one that's on D Plus that I watch, which is Spooked Island. That's called. There was one before called Spooked Scotland, and I watched that and loved it. I thought that one was great. Spooked Island is good. There's a chick on there who's quite nice as well, so that helps. Okay, so there we go. This is the Fiendish room. It is a reference to something. Hurricane says you've got to be careful because, like YouTube, even some TV shows are fake. I agree with that. I 100% agree with that. There's one that used to be on over here in the UK called Most Haunted. That was fake. It's not scary at all. That one was completely fucking fake. But you can always tell a good show. So in here, I'm going to go with the Dracula wide curtains. Oh, yes. Let's keep them in black if they'll go up. Oh, I don't know if that second pair will go up here. We can't fit another set up there. Fuck. I mean, we could delete a window. Actually, fuck it. Let's do that. Let's delete a window because we've got to get this done tonight. Come on, assemble. Thank you. But tonight, I want to hear about anything that you guys think that, the creepy sort of thing. Have you had a paranormal experience? What happened? Very interested in hearing about stuff like that. So if you've had a paranormal experience, jot it down. There is no judgment here. I believe in paranormal experiences. I believe in the paranormal. I believe in the afterlife. So, there is no judgment here. Okay, we've got our curtains up. Let's get a bed in here. Pam's in. Hello, Pam. Welcome to the stream, mate. Hope you're okay. Okay, so we need to get a bed. Where's the bed gonna go? Is the question. I would put the bed there. We can't really put a TV on that wall, can we? Unless we don't have a TV. Oh, hang on. I've got a better idea. I've got another idea. Bed. Where's the beds? Right. Bedroom. Bed. Okay, Bob says that there was one active structure. 5. Hang on, I've got to get closer to the laptop to read that. Bob says there was an active structure fire. I was called out about a year ago, and the house was notoriously haunted. Wow. Okay. Did you experience anything while you was there? Was the fire? Did you find out what the cause of the fire was? Was it sort of like electrical, or did if it was haunted, was it an active place? T says, I'm 50-50 of all this paranormal stuff. I do kind of believe in signs, and when a loved one dies, you get signs. This is true. That can happen. That can happen. Pam says, yes, once I tripped over I think that's cat, because there's a heart in the way and I can't see it, that died a few weeks before. Shit. Wow. Okay. That's deep. Deep stuff coming out here tonight, guys. Of course, we're going to go with a dark bed. I'm going to leave it how it is. It serves its purpose, and we're going to just put the bed in and get it all nice and in here. I'm going to put it more towards the wall. And my partner did the same, Pam says. Bloody hell. Okay. So, with me, I've told what happened millions of times before. I will run through it again, though. So, with me, my first one was when we lived in a flat. This flat is literally about a minute's walk away from where I am now. When we moved into this house, we didn't need to hire a van or anything. We literally walked everything down here. That's how close this flat is. And I was getting ready one night to record a wrestling event. This is in the days when I had Sky and when I lived there. And my wife was in the other room. She was in the bedroom playing Zelda on her GameCube at the time. It wasn't Nintendo Wii. It might as well. It was one of them, and she was just, she was just playing away. I was getting ready to record this. I was getting tired. I thought, well, if I put this on to record, I'll get it done, and then I can just go to sleep and watch it tomorrow. So I had a VHS tape in. Yes, VHS. Wow. Okay, that TV actually works. That's cool. And I was ready to record, and then suddenly in my ear I heard. I literally sort of I just turned around and was like, "What the fuck was that?" And I just sort of I went through to the bedroom, and I just said to my wife, "Have you ever noticed anything about this place a bit weird?" And she was like, "No, why?" I go, because I've been sitting in that living room for the past 5 minutes, getting ready to record some WWE, and something just breathed in my fucking ear. And she was like, "Really?" I said, "Yeah, straight up." And she goes, "Well, I don't know. I've never experienced anything like that." She goes, so after that, not much more was really said about it. We just kind of brushed it off and left it. And so after that, we had we went shopping the next day, me and my wife, and we came back home, and our wedding picture that was sitting on top of our TV. Now, this was an old CRT TV, so the tops are kind of big. There we go. And on this TV, there was our wedding picture. When we came home, the wedding picture was sitting on our sofa, upright. Now, the sofa wasn't remotely near the TV. You'd sort of have to take 2 steps, 3 steps maybe, to get from where the TV was to the sofa. And so we was sitting sitting there trying to think of how it happened. I went and I said, I don't know. And we used our bedroom mainly for everything. We had the TV in there and stuff. So I was sort of I said, right, I'm going to go put the telly on in there. We had Sky in both rooms. And I went in there. And my wife was like, haha, very fucking funny. And I was like, what? She goes, hang on a minute, where are you? I go, I'm in the bedroom. She came through. She goes, you know that thing, what you said last night? I went, yeah. She goes, just happened to me when I'm putting the shopping away in the kitchen. And I was like, really? She said, yeah. And it's weird, we've captured a face of a spirit on camera before when we took a picture of one of our hamsters when we used to live in the flat. We caught a face of an old man. He's cheeky. He's sticking his tongue out. So he's cheeky. We've caught there's been that happen to me. There's been other things happen to me that wasn't in that flat. So, very strange. Okay, so Pam says, yes, I've heard voices for real, I believe you. And Hurricane says, I even felt spirits touch me, put their hand on my shoulder. Then when you turn around, there was nothing there. Very creepy. That actual thing has happened to me before as well. When I was in when I went to visit a friend once in Scotland. No longer friends with that person, but I was sitting there fixing their console, PS3, I think it was. And by the way, this next room's going to be a gothic room, so we're going to do like a purplish wall. Yeah, it was kind of strange because I was sitting there fixing this console, and me and this person used to be tight. We used to be, really, really good friends, and it's not sort of like anything that I just wish sort of like, I mean, it was weird. She'd already told me that she used to have paranormal experiences in that place, like the curtains would twitch, the bed would shake, that kind of thing. And I was sort of like, Hurricane was hoping for a torture chamber. Pam says, my son felt his shoulder touched after losing his dad. Can happen, yeah. Just letting them know that they're there, watching over you. It's protection. That's kind of a sweet thing, And yeah, I was sitting there fixing this console. I felt something touch me on the shoulder. Didn't know what it was. I thought that was my friend. But her boyfriend was sitting on the couch. I turned around and he was like, what the... He goes, what's the matter with you? I went, oh, nothing. I just brushed it off. That's weird. Hurricane says, my mother said that kind of similar thing when she lost her mum back when she was 16 years old. Yeah. And Pam says he did try to revive him. Wow. Yeah. These and that's the myth about spirits, isn't it? And that's the myth about sort of like when it comes to ghosts and stuff, over the years we've been led to believe that sort of like, ghosts are sort of like, woohoo, scary, going to fucking take your soul and everything. That's not necessarily the case. There is such a thing as lost souls. There are spirits that want to move on. There is, things like that. Some spirits unfortunately get trapped, on this plane and can't get out of it due to some reason. Maybe they're not sort of like damned to eternity kind of thing. But, there's some religions that believe that you have to be whole to... I'm the Flying Dutchman. I come for your pickle. Okay. Pam says he was on the phone to me when it was happening, so next day I heard his voice. Jesus. Wow. But, it's... Like I say, not all spirits are evil. Not all spirits are bad. You do get, elementals and stuff like that. You do get, don't get me wrong, there is evil stuff. There is imps. There is, demonic spirits. There is that kind of thing that actually, I might sound like a whack job to some people who don't believe, and that's fucking fine, But sort of like... These things are real. I've experienced these things, and it's fucking real. Was I scared at first? Sure. But, when you sort of like start to look into it and start to understand what's going on, then, you start to understand about it, and it can eventually be sort of like... kind of soothing to know that, like, say you've had people touch you on the shoulder and stuff, Pam, and that, right? Well, it's showing you that they're still there and they're looking out. They're looking out for you. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. I will say one thing to anybody out there who is thinking of sort of like about, who likes the paranormal. Don't fuck with a Ouija board. Just don't do it. I've never done a Ouija board. But, you know, I wouldn't even dream of doing a Ouija board, you know. That's something I will not fuck with. It's not worth it. You could invite anything through that portal into your home. And it could be, you could contact something nice. And you could also bring in something that's really, really dark and sinister. And you don't need that in your life. You just don't need it. You know, it's not very pleasant to have that kind of thing. You know. So I would urge anybody out there, don't do it. So, you know, but with me, I love it. I do love I got 3 likes as well. Thank you, guys. I do love that world, you know. I'll happily sit there and watch a paranormal show. I just think it's great. I also find some of the, you know, things behind it, you know, really interesting as well. Like, it could be a series of things, you know, but I might sound crazy, and if I sound crazy, fuck it, then I'm my own type of crazy and I love it. But, you know, these things are there, you know, and as much as I might, you know, I might sound sort of like, you know, Mr. Religion here. God is real, Jesus is real, heaven is real, you know, and I'm not a sort of like even a practicing Christian or anything, you know. I'm not. I'm that fucking beer swilling, fucking foul mouth, fucking, you know, video game playing, rock music listening to, you know, kind of thing. And, you know, I don't just listen to rock music. If you watch Vinyl Friday, you'll know that. But, you know, it's one of them things. I'm a former goth. So, you know, I love it. And Pam has said, when I was little, my bro played with a board and with a board, and his hair stood up on end. I ran. I'll bet you did. T says, who are you going to call Ghostbusters? Hurricane says, the number is being... What's this fucking heart thing on here? Because I can't get rid of it. Hang on, I'll get it. The number has been lame since 1989. So that's the thing. You know, that's what we go with and everything. So, you know, everyone's got a right to their own opinion. And everybody's got the right to believe in what they want to. But, you know, this is my experiences that really 100% genuinely happened to me with Paranormal World and stuff. And I'm actually okay with it. I'm actually, you know, kind of okay with it. If that was black, that'd be nice. You know, I'm okay with it. I don't mind it anymore. You know, I was sort of like, at first, when you sort of like start investigating this kind of thing and you get into like the paranormal world and stuff, you seem sort of like a little bit, what the fuck? And you think it's so intricate, the things that go into it, you know, and how things are. Me? Nah. I mean, like I say, my wife enjoys it as well. Actually, the true story is, right, no word of a lie, you watch a paranormal show and you're watching it sort of like to be shocked and to be, you know, surprised, or to listen to the story and try and guess about what's happened, right? My wife, it calms her. It calms my wife. She falls asleep when the paranormal show's on. Weird, eh? Pam says, I think if your loved ones know you're not scared, they will give you a sign. Yes, they will. It could be, I've heard, it can be anything, but the most common sort of things that I've heard of is like a robin coming to visit you in your garden, or sort of like a white feather or something. Or there are a few other signs out there as well. You just gotta, know what you're looking for, really. And yeah, that is real. I might sound crazy, to some people. If I sound crazy, good. I like being crazy. Tea Party will tell you I like being crazy. You know, it is the way it is. Pam says, yes, I've had a feather. Yep, it's a sign. It could be anything, though. It could be electronic appliances turning on and off. It could be, something going wrong with something. If they were sort of like, into, well, let's pick something. If they were into music and they had a particularly favorite record that they like to used to play, for instance, and you put that record on and it jumps and skips and stuff, that could be a sign. It's them doing it. Hurricane says, I love being crazy. I mean, what is normal anymore? I mean, really, there is no normal, bro. Everyone's their own, everyone's their own kind of person. There is no normal. Not everyone's good, not everyone's bad. I think when it comes to it myself, I think, I kind of like, when I think of what is, normal, it makes you think, really. I mean, there is no... Normal's different to each different people, I mean, I'm kind of tripping up over that one, but you get the idea. You get the idea. Right, kitchen time. So, we've got a gothic sort of style living room. I haven't done it too dark, but purple, black, they're your typical sort of like gothic colours. Let's do a devilish kitchen, shall we? Oh, yes. I think we should put a fucking light up first so we can see what we're doing. Pam says, some call me psychic, some call me psycho. Let them call you whatever. At the end of the day, you know you. Some people might call me fucking out of my tiny tree, saying the things I'm saying on stream tonight, but I'm just telling you what I believe, No, as Tea Party brought up, those signs are definitely real. Hurricane says, they called me a psycho. I act it. I give the people what they want. Good on you, mate. T says, we all believe in different things. It's true. We do all believe in different things. And there's nothing wrong in believing what you believe in. You're your own person at the end of the day. And I mean, if you think what I'm saying right now is complete bullshit, then you are entitled to that opinion, And I don't mind that, I don't mind it if you don't agree with what I'm saying. Everybody, like T says, is different. Pam says, I hope one day you have an experience, T. Well, you never know. Hurricane says the only ones who would think that would be the people who never been involved with the paranormal experiences, or they're just in denial. This is true. I mean, even sort of like growing up, I was always into Ghostbusters. I was always into it, and you know, and I used to say to my dad, like, ghosts real? He was like, no, there's no such thing as ghosts. Now I've grown up, I know that he wasn't telling me the truth, you know. But T has experienced signs. Yes, I know he has. He's told me about that. We know we basically, we're not going to say much, but we know who it was. Me and T know who it was, and this person was an amazing person who T's had signs from. We know exactly who it was. Did I click wall there? These are wall tiles. Why the fucking hell did I... Oh, right, so a devilish kitchen coming up. Yeah, this person who T's talking about is one of the greatest of all time who he's had signs from. I know exactly who he means. That person who he's had signs from, because you can say who it was if you want. I don't mind. Are you sure? All right then, T. It's T's dad. You guys out there know that Tea Party is, for real, my nephew. And his dad was like... I mean, I never had a blood brother. I've got 3 sisters, but I never had a blood brother. But this guy, who, you know, was like a brother. And, you know, he was absolutely amazing. He could get on with anybody, this guy. My wife is a shy person, and even she's had conversations with him, you know. He was that kind of guy. You could just get on with him. And, you know, he was a beautiful person. I miss him so much. I really do. You know, I love the guy and I miss him so fucking much. You know, this is the guy who, when I was, what? It must be maybe about 12 or 13 years old. I stayed over my sister's, which is T's mum. And this is a guy who me and him would be outside at the shed doing bikes up at 1 o'clock in the morning. It was awesome. You know, I used to go fishing with this dude. You know, he weren't blood to me, but he went out with my sister, and you know, I miss the guy and I love him. I love him to death. I really do. He always made me feel welcome. He always had time for me, you know. And that's a big deal to somebody like me. You know, Hurricane says, sounds like a very good man, almost like a second father. Well, I guess in a way you could say that he was T's, you know, he was T's dad. But he was such an amazing, beautiful spirit. He really was. And, you know, he's an absolute fucking legend. He would give you the fucking shirt off his back. There's been so many times where I've been over there and he's given me so much stuff, you know, that he's had. And Pam says, just remember the good times. I do. I remember some fantastic times with him, going fishing with him and, you know, having such a fucking laugh with him. Like, I remember once going fishing with him and I don't think T came with us that day. But T's brother did, and we was fishing at this little lake, or this little pond, and he cast his rod back and got stuck in a tree, right? And he was yanking this fucking fishing rod, and he was saying, "Oh, for fuck's sake, get it fucking rod out!" You know, he was. Oh, it was just so funny. It was it was one of them moments that you never forget, and oh god. What an absolute fucking legend. I miss him and I love him to bits, you know. I wish he was here still. And unfortunately, that's not the case. We lost him a couple of years ago, but he's with us in spirit and he's with us in our hearts, and that we'll never forget. And if I could, even say one thing to him now, it'd be sort of like, your boy's doing great. He's turned into a proper lovely, lovely young man. And, love you and miss you, bro. Never forget you. That's what I would say to him. So, yeah. I hope you're okay, me talking like this, too. I don't want you to get upset, bro. But, I've picked a fucking another counter again. Do you know what? Let's just put a friggin' cooker in here and be done with it. Well, not just a cooker, obviously. But yeah, amazing. People like that touch your lives, and then when sort of like they go, it's a missing part of you, like my dad. I don't have my dad. And fuck, he was funny. I miss him every single day as well. It's the things that this, I mean, would I do sort of like a session or something where I could possibly speak to my dad on the other side? Absolutely, I would. He would, my dad sadly never met his grandchildren. But I make a point of it that my kids know who their granddad was. It's just something that I think they need to know, and they do know about him. They know how awesome he was. They know how. I mean, obviously I won't say T's dad's name, but it's like I found the program the other day from his funeral, and I showed my son, and he said, "Oh, that's Uncle," and even my son, still remembers him and has fond memories. It's just amazing. It's just amazing. It really is. But yeah, you got to remember these people, guys. Pam says I have quite a few in heaven now. I think a lot of us do. I think quite a few of us do. It's, it all depends on how you, how these things work out in the end. But, everything's all good. We keep their memories alive in our hearts, and we love them forever. And that's just how it is. Right, let's get some more things in this kitchen now and get on to a different topic. I mean, this is like a friggin' chat show, this, isn't it? I might be doing one of them before Christmas, by the way. Or at Christmas. So, yes. Now, here's a good question for everybody out there. We've got a cooker and a fridge. That'll do for a kitchen. I can't really fit much in here. Bathroom. Here's a question. You guys obviously get Halloween, people coming around to your door dressed up. Do you believe, like me, that sort of like their parents should buy their own fucking sweets for them, they should stop begging? Or do you believe, do you answer the door and actually give to them, and what is your take on the whole trick or treat thing? That's quite an interesting thing to know because, like I say, I'm not doing it. Pam says I'm hiding. Right, okay. Hey, Pam, that's fair enough. T says, I agree with you on that, and it's money making. To a certain extent, it is, yes. With the children's costumes, with everything else, it is, yes. Bob says, I'm staying at the fire department. Right. Well, you when it comes to that hurricane, I don't know what it'll be like over here, but do you sort of like get people playing pranks on Halloween, like starting fires and stuff like that? to sort of like think it's funny kind of thing, or does that happen much where you are? I mean, over here, I wouldn't fucking put anything past the British. I really wouldn't. You know, they do such stupid shit sometimes that makes you question your fucking humanity. T says the only thing I like about Halloween is the music and films. Yeah, yeah. Hurricane says, fires not as much, but they'd love to pull the fireboxes on the phone poles or pull the fire alarm, that sort of thing. Right, so it's like that must piss you off. In a way, that must really, really piss you off, because while you're sort of like going out to sort something like that out, there could be a real emergency happening somewhere instead of some little, somebody fucking pissing around kind of thing. That must piss you off in a way. It's over here. Over here, you'll get people fucking starting all sorts of bloody fires. You'll get where I live. Certainly, you'll probably get people fucking. I've actually heard it on Halloween. People have actually putting fireworks through people's doors. Pam says, "Very brave man, Hurricane." Absolutely is. He absolutely is. He to do a job like that where you're literally risking your life every single time you go out. I think that's one of the most courageous things, and you're a true hero. Simple as that. Right, that's for a sink, isn't it? So we need to put a sink in there. Right. Okay, so Hurricane says, more than you think, but the little turds don't seem to think we've got powder on those hooks. So when you pull them, has a UV, is a glow. So shine UV light on their hand and they're busted. Ah, very good. Very, very good. Over here, I don't know what they do over here. It's sad really that people have to do that and fuck services like the fire departments and that about. I don't really see why they feel the need to do it. They must have very sad lives to fuck people about. And we have the rights to automatically stop you and keep you detained until the police show up, just because you're in the area of the crime, even if you weren't the one that committed it. Do you know what? We need laws like that over here. There wouldn't be half the little bastards do what they do over here if we had them sort of laws. Over here in the UK, right? Anybody does anything like that, they'll get sort of like looked into, right? They'll get sort of like looked into, and then it'll be sort of like naughty, naughty, don't do it again, and that'll be it. I'll tell you, the UK, it's fucking soft. And that's just the fact of it. The UK is fucking soft when it comes to anything like that. Okay, so we got our sink in. We now need to put a toilet in. No, I want to click toilets. Thank you. Let's choose a nice place. No, we don't want that one. $500 fine or up to a year in jail or both. Do you know what? Why the fuck not? That's a good punishment for the little bastards. If they do the crime, November the 5th coming up. Yes, indeed it is. That's rapidly approaching. I do not like this toilet. That's fucking weird. Yes, November the 5th is rapidly approaching. The night that they want to scare animals. What's November the 5th? Ah, maybe you don't have it over there. So November the 5th, Hurricane, is Bonfire Night, where they celebrate a terrorist. Basically, Guy Fawkes, the whole story of Guy Fawkes, I'm not sure if you're aware of it. Apparently, it's sort of like tried to blow up the Houses of Parliament back in whatever year it was. And every year now they have, over here we have Bonfire Night on November the 5th. And people let fireworks off, have bonfires, and soup. They eat soups all like around the fire, kind of stuff like that, which celebrate. Which that's another thing as well. I had bought fireworks in the past for my kids. I'm not doing it this year. Number one, because I can't fucking afford to, cost of living. But you know, number two, I don't want to give anyone a free fireworks show. Basically, that is honestly celebrating terrorism. You know. It was going to blow Houses of Parliament up. There could have been people inside. That's a terrorist. So, yeah. That's what November the 5th is Bonfire Night. Another thing that the UK is fucking proud of. You know. And do you know what makes me laugh? Right? People over here have sort of like Bonfire Night happen. And then sort of like, you know, they say, oh, you've got to cut down on, you know, fossil fuels and burning gas and burning this and burning that because of the environment. You know what? You're celebrating fucking fireworks night every year. Do you know how much shit goes up in the air with that? And you're telling us about global warming? Nah, bullshit. You know, slight flawless rant for you there tonight, but it's true. You know, it's true. They celebrate Bonfire Night, but then we've got to sort of like, you know, think about, oh, you know, global warming, the effect on this, the effect it's having on the fucking polar bears. You know, shit like that. I'm like, what? Nah. Pam says waste of money. T-Party says, I think we should finish what Guy Fawkes started. I'm in agreement with you there, to be honest. They are a waste of money. You know, I did it one year, right? In the house I'm at now, I did it one year. And I bought some fireworks for my kids. And I thought, well, I'll set them off down the bottom of the garden and that. My neighbours come out, didn't they, and had a look. The ones over the back who have got kids, who I said about them last night. And, yeah. And they basically got chairs and sat out there, and that was like a free fireworks show for them. I thought, I'm not doing that again. You know, I must have paid, I don't know how much I fucking paid, a fucking stupid amount of money for fireworks. But, yeah, I paid some money for them, and their fucking neighbours thought it was like, oh, a free firework display. Fuck off, buy your own. You know. Hurricane says, I fired off a 12-inch salute once. I swear I sat off every car alarm in my neighbourhood and got every dog barking. Nice. I bet you were popular. That's quite cool, actually. That's really funny. Right. I think one more thing we need in the living room here, just to polish it off, is a rug. But can we get anything dark? I've already written it in game. There we go. Right. Oh, absolutely. There we go. Right, which we have? It's got to be Mr. Pumpkin guy, isn't it? There we go. So it's not much to look at, but it's done. From the outside, it's just going to look like a ran-down, creepy house that no one's going to go to. There's a reason I haven't changed the door. It's got that old, decayed look. Like it's in 1,000 fucking Halloweens all in one go, and it's blood red as well. As we go inside, we get into like a gothic-y themed room, which has got not much about. There should be more black, really, for goth, but it's got the black carpet. Pam says, great job. Thank you, Pam. It's got the purple walls, and it's got the black doors. Through here is the fiendish room, which is in dedication to, well, you guys know if you've seen the streams. This is, Hurricane says, nice. Cheers, my friend. That's awesome. This room is in tribute to WWE wrestler who died this year, Bray Wyatt. He was like the Fiend in WWE. He had this really like creepy horror mask and stuff. And he passed on a couple of months ago. So this room is in tribute to him. These are the Fiend colours. And that's what this room's in tribute to. As we leave that room, so we go into the gothic room here. And then we've got the devilish, satanic kitchen of nightmares. Not a lot in here. You've got your basic, though. You've got your fridge and you've got your cooker. So you can heat up some... What's evil food? What is evil, what you could cook? I know, a vegan. Right. And in here, you've got the dark bathroom. So not too bad. Looks awesome, dude. Thank you, T. Pam says it does, T. Thank you. Hurricane says fish head stew. Interesting. Interesting. So there we go. Right. We're going to go sell this place now. We're probably not going to get much for it, but it doesn't matter. This one was all for fun tonight. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. On the market we go. Well, already we've made a profit from what we already bought it for. I'm not going to read out the prices tonight. You guys can see that. So let's see how much of a profit we make. It's been sold to Raphael Urco. Or cook a cat. That's pretty evil. Shit. As long as it's a black cat, though. Right. Actually, I've heard the black cats are quite lucky, and white cats are the ones you've got to watch out for. Right. So, Raphael Urco has brought it for 34,000. We've got a 4,000 profit there. That's not too bad. That's quite good for the minimal work we put into it tonight. But it is the Halloween house. And, yeah, it's really good. So we're going to accept that offer. And we're going to head back home to our office. And that'll be the end of tonight's stream. Before I go, though, don't switch off just yet. You might be thinking, sort of like, well, I'd like a GTA video, Flawless. You might be in luck. Because there might be a video dropping tomorrow morning. Sometime in the morning tomorrow, a GTA themed video. It might be Halloween based. From a certain YouTuber you might all know, you know, just putting it out there, you know, if anyone's even interested, I don't know. But what you can remember is tomorrow night, it is our WWP Hellfire free preview, our Halloween special wrestling show, coming your way tomorrow night. We've got some incredible matches for you. A Extreme Rules match. We've got the Queen of Darkness facing Ruby Ray, and also it is going to be APS taking on Justice J Smash. So, join us tomorrow night for that. We've got 4 likes now. Thank you, 4th person, whoever you are. So, there we go. I'm going to get out of here now. Thank you guys for watching. This has been your House Flipper Halloween special right here on Flawless Rage 2. You guys seriously kick ass. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the chat. I appreciate it more than you'll know. So thank you once again. And I'll see you tomorrow night, guys. All that's left for me to say is, do not forget to subscribe here if you're new. Turn on them post notifications to be notified every single time I upload a brand new video or stream. Also, follow me on Instagram at FlawlessRage2. Thank you for coming in, Pam. Always a pleasure to have you. So yeah, always remember to be you, be the real you, be the true you, because there's no point in being anything else, is there? Take care, you awesome people, and I'll catch you tomorrow night for WWP Hellfire. Until then, stay safe, have a great day tomorrow. Stay away from them front doors when you get knocks on them. Thank you for coming in, Hurricane. Much appreciated, my friend. And I'll catch you guys later. Cheers. Bye.